will end up creating a success. And I'm saying there's no question of being a success at something if you go into it going, oh, there's two ways of becoming a plumber. One is I'm going to become a plumber. The other is I'm going to become a successful plumber.
Okay.
You know, one's just the job. I get it, and it's probably a good job. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. There's all this fucking.
Those guys make some good money.
Yeah, they make good money, and the trades. I mean, god damn it, the trades have never been this good, even in my life.
It's tits.
Yeah, but you have to be a guy who wants to go into one of the trades, right?
Yeah.
Right. So. You know, decision for you is just to kind of look at yourself and look at the work and just kind of look at the life of it and kind of go, yeah, I'll put up with that shit. Because there's always shit, right? We always see the shit first. Every job has shit.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's just life.
Right. But it's
that's why I don't subscribe to people where they're like, find something you love. You know what? I love a lot of different chicks.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's still some certain attributes that I can't fucking stand. So, I mean, same thing, you find, you know, find a job that you love, blah, blah. There's still shit that you don't have. But you're not supposed to like it all.
But, you know, I'm going to say, like, with women, you got to be basically something that's, like, for me, there's just something attractive about women who are probably, whatever, 5 foot to 5'6", right? If a woman was 6 foot tall, I don't know. Are they as attractive?
Not as much into it.
I'm not, you know, that's all. That you know, you have to know. Blondes are your thing, or it doesn't matter. Big tits are your thing, or it doesn't matter. I mean, once you're over the, you know, the idea of being a plumber, fuck, you know. I mean, there's a lot of dirty work about it. And I'm not talking about toilets, but I'm just talking about cutting oils and all the piping threads.
Sweat and pipe.
That's really different than the clean work of being an electrician.
Yeah, people think of a plumber and they think of like the guy with the ass crack hanging out.
You know, well, there's a higher risk of death if you're an idiot on the job as an electrician. But what are the chances of being an idiot on the job? It's up
to the individual.
Right, but for me, I'm going to look at it and say I'm smart enough to be an electrician. It's just whether I like that over being a plumber. So the death risk isn't the issue. It's just what is the work environment. And so I get what you're saying. You know, I mean, I could be as happy doing what I do, having chosen to do many other things, because I make the happiness happen. It's not inherent in the business. It's inherent in my ability to make what I do a good thing for me. And that's the difference between just sort of choosing to be something and choosing to be a success at it. Because it's only when you just go into it going, I'm going to be a success at it, that you can persevere the shitty stuff and you start to build on what it is you're doing. You're not just, working for Friday, but you're kind of, that's when you sort of start to look at, like, well, what's the potential of this and the jobs and what else? So that's
more career-based, though. I mean, I guess not really. It just depends on your role.
I never looked at what I did as a career. It just, I just looked at, what am I going to do to make a success of my life? Am I going to make spoons or forks?
But the thing is did you define that from the beginning?
Yeah, I chose it when I was 27. And
I thought you were older than that when all that shit. Okay, yeah.
Cleveland, and I was sitting there wondering, what should I do? What should I do? I really, there are two things I really wanted to do. I really would have much rather have done if I had my choice. There were three things. I would have been a writer.
You mean like professional dirt bike or?
Writer. Like,
writer.
Yeah. I would have figured out how to write for a living.
Yeah.
You know, I would have owned a hotel property somewhere. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to create a really cool fucking space somewhere where people came and stayed. And I basically fucking hosted them. I love the idea of that.
Why?
Because I had a little experience in a hotel, working as a night clerk, you know, at this Best Western Hotel in Palo Alto.
Yeah.
And the guy had this property. You know, it wasn't like a big thing. He had this little 3-story section, and he had the original motel, had a little restaurant part of it. People fucking came, people gone. Occupancy was fucking 90%.
I remember you telling me about that shit when I was a boy.
And I just liked it. I just liked the interaction I had with other human beings. They're coming from all over the world. They're coming from all the United States. They're coming with all kinds of crazy fucking family shit, and, you know, it was kind of like, fuck, that's fucking easy. All I gotta do is fucking have clean sheets. Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
That's how I saw it. All the other asset management is big, long term. You know, it's capital investment. Have a roof that doesn't leak. Okay, have toilets that, you know, flush. But fuck, after that, it's like, really, once you paint the fucking wall, it's good for a long time.
Easy for you to say. Take an individual who is not there.
Right, but I'm not talking about anybody but me. I'm just saying, I could see what I would be ready for.
Right.
And what I'd be willing to deal with. And I saw the housing staff. I saw, you know, the guy who had to fix shit all the time. And I saw what it took to do the laundry, all that kind of shit, and what it took to do a restaurant. I saw the owner spin off the restaurant to someone else who didn't want to run a restaurant. He just had his fucking rent. I saw the picture and went, oh, I could do this. And I had these envisions of these really cool fucking places, you know, you can create with fucking shit. Okay. The other thing was, I would have been an orchardist. I would have grown trees. It didn't matter if it was an almond or a walnut. I just liked ag. I like ag people.
Weren't you in ag school initially when you went into Berkeley or?
No, Cal State Chico.
Chico, that's what it was.
Right. So I just went into UC Berkeley after being in community college to get my AA degree and get my GPA up so I could transfer, because that was a real university, and that would show that, yeah, you know, Dave's a smart guy and he can go to university. And then I would get to do all that exciting intellectual shit. And I majored in political science because it was a politically active university.
It still is. Like, UC Berkeley is just a concept. It's not even...
Right, but I didn't do well with it, actually. And so I bailed. And when I re-entered at Cal State Chico with a completely different, you know, like my own idea. I was going to UC Berkeley to prove something that somebody I don't even know.
This was when, and wasn't at the same time, Ma was living in like Spain or some fucking shit?
Mom was at Stanford.
She was at Stanford.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
she went overseas and did a trip, you know, to France and shit like that, but that's what a lot of university students do. They do a semester abroad.
Yeah.
But I was there doing that, and then I just discovered, oh shit, I don't like this. And then I went back into it thinking, okay, I'm doing it for me now. This is really clearly what I want to do. But by then I discovered I wasn't very good at it. I just wasn't very good at it. I brought too much anxiety to the game. I mean, you come with, you probably have an anxiety disorder.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah, right. Well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, you got it from me. Because I have a pretty heavy dose of it.
Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, well, if I could choose to give you, you know.
I was wondering which side of the fence it came from.
But yeah, right. Well, you can tell. So Clay, you know, my story there is just simply that there I was going, okay, fuck, school is not gonna take me to where I need to be. But where do I need to be? Like, how do, my whole thing was I wanted to be a good husband, a good father, and someone who could provide. How it was I provided, I wasn't hung on. I just wanted to be a success at it. Those are the three things I want to be a success at. It's that simple.
Well, you fucking figured it out, my man.
Well, I don't know. I mean...
No, you absolutely did.
I keep trying.
Dude, you can already check those motherfuckers off.
Well,
it's already been done. It's already been said.
I'm still working on the provider thing because I happen to marry someone who is a fucking baller when it comes to being a provider.
I know, she's a fucking savage.
I can't compete.
She's like, oh, I'll loan the company some money. What?
Yeah.
It's convenient, though. Because you guys managed to bring two high-performance individuals as a team.
We come to it
as a team.
Very differently. We did that consciously. I could have chosen not to work.
Yeah, you could have dated some bum bitch.
No, I could have decided not to work. Your mom probably wouldn't have cared.
When I was a boy?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what you did for a little while.
Right. If I
because me and you were going back and forth, like you were doing whatchamacallit, like looking over the kids during recess, make sure they're not snapping each other's necks and shit like that.
The stay-at-home dad thing.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is that I told myself that I wasn't as happy as I wanted to be because I was a stay-at-home dad. Okay. So,
but what's that going to look like if you're not?
Right. If so your mom was like, well, fuck, that's okay. You don't have to be a stay-at-home dad. Go do something. Yeah, but long before that, before I was a stay-at-home dad and we were in Cleveland, it was like, what am I going to be? All of our friends are lawyers. Alexis, he was already a lawyer.
Yeah.
He was becoming a doctor. Everyone across the street was becoming a doctor. Other people were, MBA graduates and all this sort of fancy shit. I'm like, what's Dave going to be? I mean, what am I going to be?
What am I going to be when I grow up?
Yeah. No, seriously, that was simple. And so I looked at being a writer, okay, and I looked at,
I still think that you should do that shit too, by the way.
Well, and I might. That might be my kind of push to get out of the train. And
if anything, it would just be something fun.
Well, it's a brutal kind of fun, but nonetheless, I looked at it and went, well, the orchard thing wasn't going to happen. The hotel thing wasn't. There wasn't a clear path to any of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I wasn't actually good enough at writing. I didn't see what it was I was good at, and I couldn't tell you what a fucking compound fucking adverb is, and the grammar shit. And so I came with a pretty full load of anxiety and self-doubt about being able to be a writer. And so I just looked at, well, where have I had the most fun while I was working? And I went right to coffee. And I was comfortable with it because it was retail, and I was familiar with retail. I'd been a clerk for my father since I was fucking 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh.
It fits.
Familiar territory. It's just a different dog shampoo, pound of coffee. What's the fucking difference? There's none. Okay? So then it was like, oh, on an intellectual basis, it was like, yeah, these things are tied to a tree. That's an orchard. It's on this side of the country. And your mom she helped me out by just simply saying, all you gotta do is decide what you want to do, not worry about all the steps to becoming it, and those steps will just unfold. They will.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah,
I still don't understand how these freaking bitches can be like, this is what I'm gonna do forever. What?
Well, right, but you gotta understand.
I mean, Jen's the same way. She's like, yeah, I'll just fucking do it. And she goes out there, and she's just a fucking savage.
Right.
I mean, she's a badass.
Right.
And she just like, beep, That's what I'm going to do.
Right.
For the next 6 years.
Right.
And then after that, I'm going to keep doing it.
Right.
Wait, what? Really?
Hey.
What's up, mamas? Jeez, you got all kinds of gear. Was this all the stuff that was lingering in your car?
No,
It's a nice scarf, by the way.
Thank you. It's Pilates first at 7 a.m. And then work. So I got my lunch, my Pilates clothes.
What's it feel like to be ultimate badass, Mom?
Mine ultimate badass.
Fuck yeah, are you kidding me?
Trophy-wise.
Pretty good, I guess.
A-team.
Trophy-wise. I got lucky.
You got lifetime achievements. You have people that traveled from near and far last week for your 60th birthday.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, come on now.
That was really
That was cool.
very,
That was
very
fun.
touching.
Yeah.
That was the best birthday party I ever had.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How could it not be? I don't think.
I guess, but at the same token, there haven't really been a lot of birthday parties in the past. It wasn't like a calculated thing.
To not have them, it wasn't calculated, no.
Right.
But, you know, it was even spur of the moment to have this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you know.
Dad's telling me about life.
About my life.
About your life. Okay, well, I won't interrupt. I need to eat dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, you already did.
Yeah, I was kind of making I have some spaghetti sauce, but I didn't do the noodle thing.
Okay, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
No, so, you know, my thing was, you know, my typical fashion was really thin out of concept. I wanted all the answers, all the steps laid out. I needed to know what my track was going to be and who I was going to work for and who I would work for next and all that sort of stuff. I
It's a very
perseverated
glamorous idea.
so bad that I couldn't make a decision, you know, and so I was stuck in the city. I didn't know, and I didn't know the people, and I'm out there looking for work. Just no sense of connection, and really I didn't know what I was doing. I had to do something just to get a job, but on top of that I was worried because I felt I need to have a path. Otherwise, I'm going to be one of the guys who shows up at a party and everyone else is a lawyer and a doctor and an MBA. And they're going to, what do you do? Oh, you know, I work for Aetna Insurance. Oh, what do you do? Oh, well, I do this. And they go, well, why? And I wouldn't know why, because it's not part of my path. It was just sort of like a dead-end job.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
that's like ego.
Right, but that was a big deal. It's a big deal.
It still is.
Right, it's a big deal. And, you know, your mom came on and said, you know, don't worry about trying to get all the answers before you take your first step. Just decide the big thing. And all the little shit will work out. And so at that point, it's just like, I don't know, it was almost like it just flipped the switch and the next day I woke up and went down to this coffee bar because I just decided I wanted to be in coffee. What the fuck? So I went down there and they weren't hiring. Well, you know, it was a bad economic time. So, you know, and that's where I say, you know, if you're going to make a success of it, you just don't accept anything but success. And so, you know.
What the fuck other option is there?
Well, there's a lot of other options. There's just I could have.
Why would you start anything?
I could have.
without the
Yeah,
intention
but I could have
of
started
success?
going in there and said, oh, yeah, I'm going to be in coffee. And they said, oh, you know, well, we're not hiring. Oh shit, okay. Okay, what else next?
Guess
You
we'll
know?
go clean some toilets.
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of other options than pursuing it.
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, there is.
And I wasn't-
Depending
I-
on the individual,
and
like how
and I
they.
wasn't a barista. You know? I mean, there was just this, I don't know how I saw the wedge, but there was a wedge to get in there to do more, and I kind of helped create that wedge by telling them how fucked up the company was, which is really...
At Arabica?
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna make a success of getting a job, and that was what I sought to do. I just saw things that were kind of haywire, I mean, I came from some jobs back in Palo Alto where everything was fucking orderly and calm. I came from my dad's pet store where fucking everything was on the fucking rails, man. I mean,
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
yeah, and so it's kind of like, oh, I saw disorder and chaos everywhere. So I went to them saying, oh, it's order and chaos. This must be hard. Oh, I know how to unravel that. I'll fix that.
Build some infrastructure.
But I didn't know how. I just knew how to tell them I was going to solve the problem.
That's what people laugh at me about, because they're like, you don't know how to do that. I was like, yeah, but I could figure it out.
Right.
Not everyone has confidence.
Right. No one has that kind of confidence.
I mean, come on. You could too.
Not everyone can, really.
If you tried, they could.
No, not at all. It's not.
Anybody should be able to figure out
No.
anything. Come on.
No. Okay. Okay.
You know, I mean, they got a brain.
I'll give you $100,000, Clay. I'm serious. I'll give you $100,000 if by the end of this year you become a fairly accomplished violinist.
Well, I'm not particularly interested in that, so
No, but if you really wanted to, you could.
$100,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you guys have Jenny's old violin?
Are you a violinist?
No, but I'll become one.
No, but
I can, and I could, and I will, if there's $100,000 on the table. I just don't want to.
there you go.
But I can.
But see, I see myself and say, there are limits to what I can do. No matter how bad I want to do it, I'm not going to learn Mandarin.
But you could.
No.
You're completely capable of doing it. But what's the incentive?
But that's part of the can part. If you can't drum up the motivation to do it, then you do it.
Right.
And seriously, if someone's going to be like, here's $100,000 to do something that you don't have any interest in doing, or you don't even like in general, I mean, for fuck's sake, why even bother?
I could say, I'll give you $100,000 if you become a journeyman plumber by the end of the year. And you know what? What am I worried about? You're going to make $100,000 if you are a journeyman plumber.
And you just also might have to deal with a staff member who fucking hates their job. They got baited in.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think people can get that good and hate what they do. They can grow to dislike what they do.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But to get good, you gotta love what you're doing.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
totally.
Staying good at it is a whole different thing, and liking it is a whole different thing. Burnout and all the other stuff. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking
Absolutely.
about how do you get through the decision to say, this is what I'm going to put my effort into?
Yeah.
That's all this discussion is really about.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So,
No, yeah, definitely.
so you know what? I was telling Clay, prior to doing coffee, the three things I really wanted to do, I really would have liked to have done is I would have liked to have become a writer. I would have liked to have owned an orchard, or I would have liked to have developed a hotel property. Those are the things that
Both
I
of-
saw
both of
myself
which-
wanting to do.
Yeah.
But they weren't available. But I had to do something. I had to get something done. I needed to draw a paycheck next week.
Right.
And I needed to kind of have something that I felt I was building on. And if I was going to build on anything that had to do with business, I needed some kind of business.
To support it.
Well, I needed a business title. I needed to be in management. I needed, whether I was going to end up owning an orchard, whether I was going to run a hotel, you know, whether I was going to be in retail and coffee, I needed to have experience managing, not just being a clerk anymore, because that's all I'd ever been. I'd never managed or supervised anybody, and I knew I needed to have the experience making the decisions.